Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be trying Fat Elvis Absence of Light by Four Hands Brewing out of St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. We are back once again. There's Andy in the attic. There's Jay. I'm Ben. Gentlemen, what are we drinking today?
Fat Elvis, Absence of Light.
All right.
Great.
I'm gonna say this one. Yeah, it's great. This one is brought to us by my buddy Marshall. So, Marshall, appreciate you grabbing this. He sent me a list of a few beers that they had and asked which one I wanted to have on the show. So, this was the one I chose.
There you go, Marshall.
Yep. Thanks for grabbing this for us.
Wow, you can smell that right off the bat.
I think I see a nib floating.
That is spot on.
Curiosity. Cool glass, Ben.
Yours as well. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Fat Elvis, Absence of Light, is a milk stout. 6.5%. It's a seasonal beer of theirs. They produce it or release it in September. Notes of creamy peanut butter and rich chocolate with banana and milk sugar. Also added. Any you knowledgeable cats want to take a stab at why they call it Fat Elvis?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the peanut butter and banana sandwiches that Elvis used to like to eat.
Yeah.
True that. You got it right.
Yeah.
That's why. Well, and the reason there is the Four Hands Brewing produces another beer called Absence of Light. It's similar ingredients, but they don't have the banana. It's just the peanut butter and the chocolate. Throw in the banana, you got Elvis in his end of life glory, I guess.
I was going to ask about the Absence of Light, but now you've connected the dot.
Yeah. This is this our first time to do Four Hands Brewing Company? I don't recall it. When I
will tell you in just 1 second.
It's a regional brewery from St. Louis, Missouri, founded in 2011. You can take a beer and a beer drink, a sip while you...
Yeah, take a beer.
A beer break.
This is a new brewery alert.
New brewery alert. I'm not very familiar with St. Louis. Some people may be, but it was founded in the LaSalle Park neighborhood. It is now the largest craft brewery in St. Louis, in the St. Louis area, which I always thought was interesting because the only brewery I know from St. Louis is Schlafly. And because for a time when we had a decent beer store, we could get those down here. So that's the only one I knew of. And I was like, oh, wow. I figured Schlafly was it because it distributed on here. The Four Hands refers to the founder's family of four. The founder, his wife, and their two sons. They have multiple locations in the St. Louis area. And they like to also produce botanically inspired craft distilled spirits. which is they refer to as 1220 spirits. And they also do blended whiskeys called Withered Oak and Four Hands Cannabis. So, oh Lord. And which also produce THC beverages.
Given that this is Four Hands, I think that it's only proper that you turn around and show us your shirt that we were talking about.
Oh, my goodness. Well, this was picked out by my personal shopper.
Yes.
Let me know.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Hands.
Yeah. Can Four Claws. Yeah.
Or claw.
Which
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of mutant crab that is, but there it is. So
I got mutant crabs.
Yeah.
I picked it up on the beach vacation.
Makes sense. All right. Who's had this before other than me? That's nobody.
You and only you.
You didn't log it.
I did not. Again, I've got where I don't log them because, as we've talked about, I don't really think about things in review state until we're reviewing, and my scores may differ from a review to just enjoying a beer.
Right.
When I'm unprofessionally doing this versus, unprofessionally doing it. So anyway, no, I got a 4-pack from Marshall. I could not wait on this one. I was super excited to have it.
Not surprised.
So I just went ahead and had it. So you guys can duke it out. Young decided goes first.
Put up your dukes.
Put up your 4 claws.
Andy's been talking, so I will jump in. Give him a break to enjoy the beer. As soon as you open this thing, I mean, the aroma of it comes through. I mean, you've got the peanut butter, the chocolate, the banana. And my concern with that, when you get that aroma, you wonder how it's going to taste. Is one going to be overpowering or dominant? The first sip was very heavy on the peanut butter, but you could still have the taste the coconut, not the coconut, the chocolate and the banana. The banana seems to kind of fade for me over time, and the peanut butter dominates as I continue to drink through it. But I think it's a great beer. Impressed with what they've done. Glad to see we've got a new brewery, and I love the can art. I have to look and see if I've had anything else from Four Hands, but it sounds familiar like I have. So I'm going to give it an 8. I really like it, and I appreciate you and Marshall supplying this for us.
Yeah. Andy, what do you think?
When I was researching this beer and I saw that it was peanut butter, as I've said in the past, I'm very hesitant when it comes to peanut butter and stouts, although I don't think I've had peanut butter in anything other than a stout, because it seems like it's very oily. However, in this one, it is true to what they describe. Is it more of a creamy peanut butter flavor? So it doesn't take away from the beer. I actually enjoy this peanut butter, as in past peanut butters. I really didn't like it. So this is one of the few, if I can't even recall any other peanut butter, additives into the stouts that I've liked. So I do appreciate this one. And it's as you said, Jay, I think the taste matches the aroma, because you get those strong flavors and you pick them up in the sips, and with each sip, it seems like it hits you at first you get the peanut butter, and then at the back end you get the banana. It goes peanut butter, chocolate, banana. It seems like to me, and I'm still getting a little banana at the sip. I agree with Jay. This is a good beer. I'm giving it an 8.0. I came in thinking I'm not going to like it because of the peanut butter, but it was a good peanut butter, not a bad peanut butter.
I'm really surprised, Andy. Given the banana in this is not akin to banana bread. Another desert island beer for you.
Yeah, it is not akin, no relations.
I mean, just
But it's not a very artificial tasting banana. Maybe it's because I had a big Hefeweizen before this, and I got my palate all accustomed to a banana flavor. Don't know, but I appreciate the banana flavor in a Hefeweizen, and this was very reminiscent of that.
Yeah. All right. So with this one, for me, definitely. I mean, you guys said it. You get all the notes on this one. This one, a lot of times we review a beer and Andy gives us the notes and we're tasting it, and you're like, I don't really get the lemon. I don't ever get the honey. But that kind of thing. But this one is like spot on. It is definitely peanut butter, chocolate, and banana. For me, the banana is probably the strongest piece. And my initial concern when I first had it, and even today was, or not today, but when I first had it, was that the banana was more of that artificial banana on the nose. Like when I first, it opens it up, it just hits you so hard. But in the flavor, I don't get the artificial so much. It's more of an actual banana flavor, which I think is really, really good. I really like this beer a lot. I'm really upset that I each gave you one because I'd really like to have those two back and just not review it. But this one for me is an 8.5 easy. It was close to the 9. It's like 8.5, 9. I really, really like this beer, but it's 8.5. I think overall, it's not quite to the 9. It's so close. But yeah, this is again a great beer. We've got to get more from this brewery after this one. And now I really want to try just the absence of light to see the comparison and almost get, two at the same time.
Well, you're in luck because we are going to have another one from this brewery.
Who got that one? Which one is that?
I don't know. I saw it on the list.
You're just saying in general, or
no? It's on the list. We'll be having one. I got to. It's in my queue to research.
All right. I can't think of what that is off the top of my head. We'll have to figure it out. But yeah, it's a great beer. If you get a chance to grab this one, do so. We're all shook up. That is an 8.2 for the Fat Elvis from Four Hands Brewing Company, St. Louis, Missouri. Definitely, again, as we said, one that you should grab if you can find it. Really interesting and good flavor on this one. So go out and grab it. We do have another Four Hands coming up. It is a Voltron IPA. So one that I bought and forgot that I'd gotten. So definitely come back for that. You're going to want to be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell so you get notified when we review that beer. And also hop on into our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It's a chat room, and come say hey there. 3 of us are there with others who have joined us. And check out some links down below for Hopped Up Beer Review merch, Patreon, other things as well. With that, appreciate you checking out this video. You ain't nothing but a hound dog if you made it this far. I'm sitting here racking my brain for other Elvis references, but I can't think of any. For Andy in the Attic and Jay, I'm Ben. Hey, Andy, you got one?
You just insulted our fan for waiting this long. Yeah, just
cheers, mates.
Wrong.
Cheers. I'm caught in a trap. I can't get out.
Get out.
Because I love you too much, baby fan. Baby fan. Cheers.
Just end it.
That wasn't an Elvis reference.